Good morning, folks. 23-24 playoffs just around the corner. And it had to be the Bruins, didn't it, eh? So we begin the gauntlet that is the NHL playoffs against arguably our biggest nemesis, the ghosts of the 2013 4-1 lead blown in, I think it was 7 minutes. I can't remember. I know I was at hockey that night and I got the score when I went off the game, came off the ice, and I went into the rink room and watched the last 5 minutes, expecting to celebrate a Leaf victory with their 4-1 lead, only to have the Bruins come back and kick us in the proverbial balls with overtime victory, a couple of goals there in the last 2 minutes with the net empty. And then the two Game 7 losses in the early years of the Matthew Marner era. And boy, wouldn't it be nice to get like 1 year where we get like, I don't know, the Coyotes or something for a playoff opponent? But that's the way it be. I do think the NHL has got it all wrong. Like the seeding really should be 1-8. To be honest, if I had autonomy, you finish first in the regular season, you get the 16th place team. To hell with the conferences, right? Like there should be some reward for being a successful regular season team. Anyways, but I digress. Now, before I go any further, little shout out to Jimmy, Erica, and Jeanette up north who always watch my little silly videos. I really appreciate you watching. Um, anyways, what are my thoughts on the series? Well, I had the Bruins falling back a fair bit, with Bergeron departing and Krejci, their top two centermen. I thought, there's no way. But lo and behold, they're still a real good squad, and they're the Bruins. Now, for those not in the know, and in case you were curious, our beloved Maple Leafs have not defeated the Boston Bruins in the playoffs since 1959. 1959. Now, I'm sure you can view this video and you can look at this fella here and say, that guy is old as poop. And you'd be correct. They beat them 13 years before I was born. That's how bad they've been against the Bruins. So can this year be different? Well, for any of you who've watched the last 4 or 5 games, you're probably thinking this could be the quickest series of this era because they have been absolute garbage. Now, in fairness, they've been playing up the string, not a lot of intensity while they're playing teams that are jockeying for position. But prior to this little slide at the end and a little rash of injuries, the Leafs have been playing some pretty good hockey before that and looked like a team that could compete in the playoffs. A little grittier, a little tougher. Domi and Bertuzzi in the top 6 give them some grit among the top players. And Reeves, despite being overpaid a little bit and having a bit of a rough start to the season, has actually been playing pretty good. He's not a guy I see being in there game in and game out, but certainly against a team like Florida or Boston, you're going to see him, and I think there's a chance for him to have a good impact if he plays within himself and doesn't try to go out looking for too much stuff, because he does at times do that. Bertuzzi, heating up. Guy's got a good playoff pedigree. I'm expecting big things from him. Samsonov had been playing so good, but he wasn't great his last couple of games. And because of his history with sort of shaky confidence, a little bit concerned there. Wall hasn't really been the same since he came back from his injury. And Marty Jones, who'd played some terrific hockey when he got thrown into the mix, has kind of settled back into sort of, what you'd expect, kind of a veteran guy who you probably don't want playing a whole bunch, but can get in there for a game or two. But it's not a secret. What's it going to take for the Leafs to win? It's going to take Matthews to have a big series. It's going to take Marner to have a big series. It's going to take Nylander to continue to produce in the playoffs. You know, if the big guys can get her done, I think they got a chance. But I'm not feeling an overwhelming amount of confidence here. Uh, that being said, come Saturday night, I'll have the jersey on. I'll put on the old lucky drawers. Might swap the hat for a Leafs hat or a toque of some description. We'll have our lucky little gnome, our little leaf gnome. Look at that. Hey, pretty nice little fella. Uh, we'll be trying to channel a little Daryl Sittler, Uh, and hopefully, Jesus, hopefully this is the year that we at least go on a run. You know what I mean? Like, I was awful happy last year when they beat the Lightning. I really was. But Lord, Thunder, and Jesus, they shit the bed against the Panthers and it broke the whole thing. So, like, boys, we got to get her done, right? We got to get her done this year. Uh, I predict the Leafs in 6. I don't want a game 7. I'm done with game 7s. I don't I don't want any more game 7s. Period. Anyways, folks, we're in the thick of it again. Go Leafs, go!